Time for Lookuptv weekend this Saturday. It is the 2nd of September. Now, there's so much that has been happening across the country as far as politics is concerned, and we are here to bring you up to date with that. Start engaging us on our socials. That is at Amoy Brian on Twitter, at Lookuptv. The hashtag we're using tonight is LookupWeekend. We are also live on Facebook, where you can send your feedback and we'll be able to sample some of it as we continue with the program tonight. These are the top stories tonight. Tonight on Lookup Weekend.
Tusipojadhari Kenya mtajipata mahali ambayo mtu anashikwa namna hii anatoroka na haonekani.
Azimio leader Raila Odinga tells off President William Ruto over his recent remarks on sugar cartels. Also tonight.
Sasa huku nje watu wanatudanganya, musifanye kazi na hii serikali, na jioni wanakula mahindi na chai.
Stand and be counted. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi appeals to the Luhya community to unite. And
tuna malilio ya kwamba mashamba zetu zinachukuliwa.
Alego and Ugenya clans bordering River Nzoia clash over sand harvesting along the riverbanks. Now, our sign language interpreter tonight is Philista Adundo. Like I said earlier, you can be part of the program by engaging us on our socials at Lookuptv. That is on Facebook. Send us your feedback. Tell us exactly where you are watching us from, and we'll be able to sample some of it as we continue with the program tonight. Also, what do you think about the stories that we are running tonight? Now, let's get started. Azimio leader Raila Odinga has called out President William Ruto over his remarks on sugar cartels and the fight against corruption. Odinga said the perceived threats are not presidential. Days after President William Ruto's charm offensive in Western Kenya, Azimio leader Raila Odinga on Saturday attended a funeral service in Vihiga County, where he called out the president for his latest remarks in fighting corruption and sugar cartels.
Tusipojadhari Kenya mtajipata mahali ambayo mtu anashikwa namna hii anatoroka na haonekani. Kama utawala papadoko kule wa hivi. Wanawake kama mtu anaweza kutitisha na yeye ana nguvu, naambia wewe usipohama nitakuweka wewe jela au nitakuua wewe uende kwa Mungu wako. Hiyo ni utawala mzuri hiyo. Ni utawala mzuri hiyo. Vitisho kama hivyo hatutaki. Vitisho kama hivyo hatutaki. Hiyo ndio nasema careless talk.
Kenya iko wezi wengi wanataka mtu magaidi, na sisi tutasindikiza, tutasukuma Ruto mpaka waizi wote waondoke nchi hii.
Coming face to face with the COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli was on the receiving end for his remarks during the interdenominational Thanksgiving and prayer service in Bungoma County, where he implored President William Ruto to give appointments to idle Azimio leaders to end the anti-government protests.
Sema kama wanasiasa, yale maneno tunasema nitakana Atwoli niongoze kusema kama kiongozi wa wafanyakazi. Yale tunasema hata kwa Wakenya waende kwa barabara, hiyo ni kazi ya Atwoli. Yeye anasema ni anakwenda huko upande ile nyingine ya serikali, pembe nyingine pale anasema nyingine shenzi sana. Shenzi sana. Yeye ndio shenzi sana yeye.
So kusema hao watu wa maandamano hawana maofisi, hiyo ni heshima kweli? Francis, unajua mimi niko na ofisi, na hata mimi kama ningekuwa kwa serikali kuu au serikali yoyote nikiwa hii miaka yangu ningekuwa nimestaafu.
Atwoli, however, maintained that indeed Azimio Brigade needs offices to operate from, maintaining his earlier remarks.
Serikali ilitangaza William Samoei Ruto kaingia kwa ofisi, akatengeneza baraza la mawaziri, ameappoint watu, hata huko anaendelea kutuappoint huku Western. Wewe bado hujabelieve ya kwamba he's the president. Why do you want us to live in denial?
The leaders spoke during the burial of former Central Organization of Trade Unions chairman Rajab Modi. Odinga later went to Budalangi for yet another funeral service of the late First Independence Minister John Osogo in Port Victoria. Elsewhere, Siaya Governor James Orengo and Senator Oburu Odinga have criticized the president for his remarks too.
The utterances of those who are in charge of security apparatus, they must watch their words very carefully. Country, this is our country together, and we are not going to succumb to threats from the President of Kenya. He must know that they are citizens. Some of the citizens he's telling to pack up and go, leave Kenya, were born in this country before he was born.
Walisema hayo wakati wa siku ya kutoa zawadi katika shule ya msingi ya Maranda katika kaunti ndogo ya Bondo. Brian Amwai, Lookuptv, Nairobi. All right, we do apologize for that mix-up and technical hitch. Away from that, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has made a passionate appeal to leaders and citizens within the Luhya community to unite and speak in one voice as a strong bargaining chip in matters regional development. And Mudavadi says the region is lagging behind in economic development as compared to other regions due to disunity and persistent wrangles. Now the Prime CS has additionally implored the Mulembe community leaders to support the government of President William Ruto, insisting that the head of state is open to working with them to realize unprecedented development in the region. Henry Tende now reports.
During the burial of a seasoned politician James Osogo in his rural home of Port Victoria in Budalangi, Busia County on Saturday, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has appealed for unity among the leaders and the community of the Mulembe Nation, saying this will make the region stronger when bargaining for development projects.
Mimi, Ababu, Omotata, Governor, Wanjala, tushikane, tubadilishe wakati tunatengeneza mabudget. Tulete pesa nyingi katika eneo ya magharibi ili tubadilishe huo mkondo na sisi tusimame kitu kimoja.
Every community must have a spearhead. And in our community today, in the leadership of this country, our spearhead is Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi.
Today's burial of one of only 4 surviving cabinet secretaries under the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's era brought together Mulembe leaders drawn from opposing political divide. Musalia Mudavadi mincing no words, reminding the leaders the region is lagging behind in development since they are not speaking in one voice.
Kienda kwengine wamejihami. Ukienda Mlima Kenya, kama ni mabarabara, tusidanganyane kabisa. Mimi nilisikia wengine wakisema hapa, lakini tusidanganyane. Ukienda Mlima Kenya, zile pesa za bajeti ya kitaifa ambazo zilienda kwa mabarabara kule, hawezi linganisha na zile zimekuja katika eneo hili. Lakini ni sisi tukiwa na unity of purpose, vile Osogo alikuwa akiweka msingi, we can turn and reverse this process together.
As a community, we have to rally around Mheshimiwa Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi as the spearhead of our community.
Luhya, one of the communities that are rich in votes but has struggled to rally behind one leader in national politics. It is this division that is causing Musalia Mudavadi headache. The Prime Cabinet Secretary wants a paradigm shift as he avers for the region's united front this time round.
Serikali ilikuwa mikononi mwa Uhuru. Some of us went against that government and made a decision, and the government that we supported, the candidate we supported, is the one that is in power today. So it was a conscious decision. And it was a conscious decision because of exactly what I have said, that we realized the allocation of resources was heavily skewed against the people of Western Kenya, and there was no further justification in supporting Uhuru's agenda. Huku nje watu wanatudanganya, msifanye kazi na hii serikali, na jioni wanakula mahindi na chai.
The Bible says utavuna ulichopanda. Tulipanda kidogo sana kwa Mheshimiwa William Ruto. lakini hata ingawa tulipanda kidogo tunavuna kikubwa. And I know that next time tutapanda kikubwa zaidi.
James Osogo has been eulogized as an astute leader who offered selfless leadership while serving in various capacity in the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's regime.
Nilikuwa nikienda safari ananifanyia constituency yangu, na sikufikiria mtu mwingine amekuja kwangu. Hakukuwa na mgawanyiko, hakukuwa na mtu kusema umeleta. Hata wasamia walimkubali, na wakati yeye hakuwako, mimi nilikuwa naingia hapa Bunyala, tunasalimiana, tunafanya kazi pamoja.
Henry Tende, Lookuptv.
Now, thank you so much, Henry Tende, for that particular report. Moving on, there is a looming conflict between Alego and Ugenya clans over sand harvesting along River Nzoia in Siaya County. Now, the harvesting is said to have adversely affected farming in nearby farms, with environmentalists condemning the practice.
Residents of Rapenji village in Alego West are concerned after their farm were attacked by sand harvesters on the banks of the Nzoia River. According to the residents, increasing water flow of the river has affected their land and greatly contributed to great destruction of the environment. 8 acres adjacent to the banks of the Nzoia River has been adversely affected, with locals saying the water swept away their crops, leaving them in hunger.
Kuanzia 75 mpaka saa hii tulikuwa tunalima tu vizuri. Nao watu wakakuja, watu wa Ugenya Kanyalaro, wakaanza kuchimba mashamba zetu, wakaanza kuchimba mchanga. Sasa wanachimba na wanaenda nayo wanauza. Mashamba yao inakuja huku kwetu na yetu inaingia kwa maji. Sasa sisi hatuna mahali pa kulima. Tunalima sukuma, tulikuwa tunalima miwa. Siku hizi hatulimi sababu shamba yetu imeingia kwa maji river yote.
Despite reporting the situation to the police officers, they say they have not received any help as the sand harvesting continues to be a thorn in their flesh.
Tunalamika kwa ajili ya shamba yetu, watu wa Ugenya anaharibu. Bichi ya Kanyalaro anaharibu shamba zetu, na mwenye boti hizi anaharibu shamba zetu. Assistant Chief ya Ugenya naitwa Oduor Lubongo, iko na boti yake hapa ya kuja kuchota mchanga, anaenda nayo. Pia ana boti zake anachukua hapa mchanga anapeleka huko, na anachimba, anaharibu mashamba zetu. Kajaribu kuhongea mwaka ingine alipiga mti yetu mpaka akavunja mkono. Mwaka huu kata mti yetu na panga hapa. Kesi hiyo bado iko kwa polisi.
Naomba government ama serikali atusaidie. Juu watu wa Ugenya wanatuumiza juu ya kunini shamba zetu, juu ya kushimba shamba zetu. Hiyo ndio shida nilikuwa naomba serikali aingilie juu. Nimeshaenda kwa Neema mara 3 hapo Siaya, na wanisuguliki huwa anatuambia tu ati tutakuja. Juu hapa kwa mashamba zetu tayari heka 8 imeshaenda kwa maji. Na hii inalingana na maboti yenye inatuua ni mtu mkubwa kwa government. Sasa tukijaribu serikali atusikii.
Following the delay by the police officers and those of the Nema authorities to stop the practice, the fight between the community of Alego and that of Ugenya has never stopped. Hence, locals fear the chaos beacons. The locals are now calling for help on the government to address their pressing concern. Faith Bonareri, Lookuptv.
Thank you, Faith. Away from that, English Premier League fans in the country today had an exclusive opportunity to view the Premier League trophy in an event at Carnival Nairobi, which was organized by Ruby's Energy Kenya in partnership with Castrol in a promotion called Twende London na Castrol. Now, the event gives Kenyans a chance, or rather gave Kenyans a chance to meet former Super Eagles of Nigeria captain and APL legend Augustine Azuka, alias JJ Okocha.
Mimi naweza sema hiyo premier vile nimeona maybe itakuwa ndo siku yangu ya kwanza ndo nimeona, alafu maybe msimu ukiisha tunaweza ichukua, nitafurahia sana. Nimeona alafu at the end of the season tuichukue, itakuwa tu fiti. Nimeliona, nipiga picha nayo na nimefurahia sana maze kuiona. Naweza sema the only thing yenye imeniboni vile tu iko na stripes za blue, lakini by the end of the season zitakuwa za red. Itaishia Emirates sasa from the end of the season.
All right, so Jeremy says, Jeremy is one of my colleagues here. We're talking about the Premier League trophy and says some people, especially from Manchester United, if you are there and you are Kenyan, maybe you might not be able to see that again in the near future. Away from that, President William Ruto has stated that the government will support a 3-month residential camp for the Kenyan teams in the 2024 Olympics in Paris, France. Now, speaking at State House, where he hosted the recent World Athletics gold medalist Faith Kipyegon and Mary Moraa, Ruto noted that the government is committed to restoring Kenya's position as an athletics powerhouse in the world. All right, now away from that, spouse of Deputy President Pastor Dorcas Rigathi has opened a medical camp at the Miritini Treatment and Rehabilitation Center in Mombasa County. Now the camp targets those addicted to alcohol, drugs and substance abuse at the coastal town. Now, speaking during the opening of the camp, Pastor Dorcas called on the community to be involved in rehabilitation of the addicts and integrate them back once they are treated.
Where we say the child belongs to a village, and so the community around that child must take the burden of changing the lives and shaping the destiny of our children. It is our responsibility, and we are accountable to these children that sit before me. We do this in full realization of a great impression that we should leave no one behind. We cannot afford as a people to leave anyone out of the production structure and systems. Therefore, it is our responsibility to bring back our youth to participate in the national building. We must help them to break free from the chains and the bondage and make deliberate actions so that we can get them on course. Nasema ni lazima sasa tuende na tufanye mambo juhudi zote kuona mumerudishiwa dignity yenu. Kwa sababu mimi nikiangalia naona watu wenye afya, naona kesho yenu, naona kesho ya watoto wetu. Na unajua kuna wale wasichana pia wanaangalia kuona murembeke ndio muweze kupata na masupu. Si ni kweli? Na wale wameoa tuweze kusaidia ndio waweze kushughulikia mambo yote, kwa chakula, kwa mavazi, kwa nyumba, ndio muwe wanaume sawa sawa. Nawapenda, sitaki mkufie huko. Nataka kuona watoto wangu kwa sababu nawapenda.
All right, that story takes us to our first break here on Lookup. We can continue engaging us on our socials at Lookuptv. That is on Facebook. Do tell us where you are watching us from and what you think about the stories that we are running today, or your take as a Kenyan on some of the issues that are happening in the country as far as the stories we are doing tonight are concerned. All right, we do take that break. We'll be back in a moment.
Realize your home ownership dream by investing in Brookvale Tuala, a magnificent prime residential property located in Ongata Rongai. Brookvale Tuala by Safaricom Investment Cooperative overlooks the majestic Ngong Hills and lies only 24 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. The project boasts of well-serviced plots with a perimeter wall, graded roads and a borehole. 50 by 100 plots are going for 1.4 million shillings with a flexible payment plan of up to 6 months. To book your plot, call 0729 121212 today. Safaricom Investment Cooperative, the investment partner of choice.
Infinity Industrial Park is one of the largest private industrial parks located along Eastern Bypass, Nairobi, which provides modern infrastructure for smooth operations for industries and business enterprises. Infinity Industrial Park offers world-class amenities and facilities with wide roads, a police station, a power substation, fire station, public transport stage, hospital, and shopping mall. In addition, Infinity Industrial Park also offers CCTV cameras, 24-hour private armed security patrol, sewer, water, fiber optic cable, and 3-phase power connection, added to public utility, canteen, and dining areas. Sail on the golden opportunity to invest in Infinity Industrial Park fully serviced warehouses at a special price of 3,569 Kenyan shillings per square foot. For more inquiries, visit our website infinityindustrialpark.com.
Now, thank you so much for staying with us here on Look Up Weekend. Let's continue with the program tonight. Now, Elite SACCO has set out to empower the youth economically through mobilization of savings and provision of affordable credit services. Now, on Saturday, to Kwaroda slums in Nakuru, educating residents on the importance of savings and investments. This and more stories in the County Wrap.
With the high cost of living rocking the country, LSACCO has presented an opportunity for Kwaroda slums residents in Nakuru to access affordable credit facilities. The SACCO has urged the women and the youth to take advantage of the services and save from 500 shillings a month.
Mimi ndio chairman wa Raila SACCO. So we have a challenge. That's why we have tumekuwa na hizo gangs na orphans. So madhumuni hasa ilikuwa ni kuwezesha jamii. Na tukaona jamii yetu wengi hawana title deeds, waweze pata loans kutoka kwa banks. Ili muweze kutilia maanani SACCOs. Muweze kuona SACCOs ambazo zile zimeanza from the grassroots ili tuweze kushika na kusaidia nchi kuinua vijana.
In Nyandarua County, lack of adequate special needs teacher and officers has taken a toll on students with disabilities, which makes them miss out on special curriculum as per their area of need.
Kuna watoto wagonjwa, nataka kusaidia hiyo watoto wakuwa kienda shule.
According to Michael Kanogo, the officer in charge of special needs education in the county, most parents with a special needs child are unable to identify the area of disability that their children face.
Walimu wengi wamesomea hayo mambo ya special need, vile wanaweza kujua watoto wale wako na special needs, lakini kuna hiyo changamoto hawajapewa sasa hiyo idhani ya kuwa wakiwaangalia.
In North Embu County, the National Construction Authority NCA has accredited more than 600 construction workers and site supervisors aimed at sharpening their skills and certifying them to provide quality works in the construction industry.
Ni njia bora ya kuweka kwa mkakati ya training, kwa sababu watapewa kipawa ya kufanya kazi kwa njia sawa, njia bora, njia ya usalama, ambaye ile kazi watakuwa wanafanya itakuwa kazi yenye inaambatana na sheria za ujenzi.
And in Garissa County, women and youth are urging the leaders and delegates of the upcoming Africa Climate Summit to consider mitigation measures against climate change in the ASL areas in the country.
Garissa is one of the counties that is being affected by climate change, and ours is actually climate crisis because we are a pastoralist community and our livestock are dying. Currently, over 2.4 million animals have died.
What we forget is we are pastoral communities, and most of the effects of climate change end up affecting the people living in the pastoral land.
Beatrice Njoroge, Lookuptv.
Now let's get sporty tonight. Defending champions of FKF Premier League Gor Mahia registered their first win today in the second round of the season after a 1-0 win against Ulinzi Stars at Ulinzi Sports Complex. Now in other matches, Tusker and Kariobangi Sharks shared points after a 1-1 draw in Ruaraka grounds.
We knew that we were going to face a formidable opponent, a very, very tough team to handle. But we also knew what our strengths are, and we knew that if we exploit our strengths to the fullest, then we would have been in a position to get maximum points today, but sadly that never happened. I think our main undoing today has been sharpness in our attacking third. We created a few opportunities, but we were not able to fully utilize those particular opportunities, so that's my area of concern.
Good, playing Ulinzi is never easy, and we know especially the away game is always going to be a fight. You know, last season we drew this game 1-1 away to Ulinzi, and we came in, you know, there was 14 games last year, we didn't pick up maximum points, and we said, can we take those draws, turn them into wins? Can we take the losses, turn them into at least draws? So today's one of those days. Last year it was a point, this year it's 3 points. It was a tough game. You know, this is a beautiful facility Ulinzi have, but the pitch is a little bit, you know, it's hard to play. It's not like playing at Kasarani, so we knew we'd have to be a bit more direct today and give the ball to the strikers a bit earlier. I thought we did well with that, created a few chances, scored off a set piece, and look, the guys just worked incredibly hard. There's a lot of tired guys there now, but, you know, fully deserved it, I think.
Now, Kenyatta University lads Black Blood drew 14 points against Kenya Rugby Giants Kakamega Homeboys RFC in the ongoing T-Sub-7s in Eldoret. Now, Black Blood were looking to extend their fine run after crushing Mombasa RFC 17 points to 7 in the opening match.
The two games today, we feel like we have an edge to play the quarters tomorrow, but our goal basically is to just win the 3 games. The remaining game that we have in later on, that is against Harlequins, we're looking forward to win that so that we can seal our position. We brought in fresh legs. We were playing with the Kenya Internationals. There are new kids who are in the block. They also are kind of hungry so that they can also be somewhere maybe playing international one day, so they're building for themselves name. There's that spirit of urgency to win from the young players who have just joined in, and also us as older players, we are able to guide them.
We've been able to get our first 2 wins. That means we're in the quarters. So we'll keep on building a game at a time, focusing on some of the things that we need to correct, the things that you see they are doing slow. So they're picking very well, and I'm very encouraged with what they're doing as a team. Some things like to do with the defense, they started very slow on their defense, but each game they've improved. Like the first game they were able to concede the first try. The second game they were able to hold their line and keep the Lions to be scoreless. So it's a game at a time. We'll keep on seeing how the challenges come, because as you keep on playing during the day, the games get tougher.
Now, Kenya national taekwondo team has jetted out of the country to Myanmar City in France in preparation for next year's Olympic Games that will be held in Paris. Now, the team will be camping in Myanmar under the facilitation of National Olympic Committee together with the Ministry of Sports.
This is my first opportunity to training outside Kenya, like having a camp outside Kenya. And since I joined Taekwondo, Faith motivated me from being a netballer to playing Taekwondo. She is like my model. I'm really grateful for this opportunity because it's going to give me, so if I participate in more games, I earn points, and that is a journey to the Olympic qualification.
For Kenya, this is a big step forward because one of the biggest challenges we've had when it comes to producing results has been because we do not have adequate professional training, which is really hampered by finances, and we have been expressing this for the longest time.
The National Olympic Committee is very pleased that this morning we get to send off the first team to go to train in Miramas. This is a program which has been discussed for the last 2 years, and finally it's starting off. We are working in very close collaboration with the Ministry of Sports, who are supporting and financing the complete travel and training of the team in Miramas. The city of Miramas, led by the mayor, are providing us with the facilities, with the accommodation, and they have worked in the last few weeks to be able to get us the technical support.
Come to the end of the program tonight, but let me see if I can give you some updates as far as EPL is concerned. Saturday. Today is Saturday, right? September 2nd. We did have Sheffield United versus Everton. It was a 2-2. Brentford versus Bournemouth 2-2, and Burnley versus Spurs. Spurs had 5. Burnley 2. Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest 1-0. 1-2 Nottingham Forest, and Man City versus Fulham 5-1. Brighton versus Newcastle, that is 3-1. All right, I believe that is as far as those results are concerned today. And continue updating you on everything that is happening across the country, even Matter Sports on our sports shows. That is Stuff Your Sporty with Robert Chacha and Sports 360 every Monday night with Tony Kwalanda and Cedric Oronte. Now listen, I also do want to take some of your feedback here on Facebook. Robert Talam says yeye ni mmoja wao kati ya wale zile vitu vitatu kampuni ya molasses itarudishwa. I believe in regards to the story that we did about Raila Odinga calling out President William Ruto for his rhetorics the other day. Okay, ufisadi lazima ishe, mambo ni matatu, shift up or cease to exist. David Kosgei says mambo ni matatu. Jeremiah Wabomba says Raila ulipotelea wapi, and okay, let me take 2 more. I did see some 2 comments here. Let me take that. Okay, Mohad Leon says, believe ngombe, but I don't believe that is meant for me. Maybe just something here. And we have Taliman Joho says, Raila, where is Miguna? Stop misleading the country. That is just some of your feedback. I did promise to read it, and I just did that. So I do keep my promises. Thank you so much for choosing Look Up Weekend every week and just trusting us to bring you up to date with the news making headlines across the country. Imagine, we do not take that for granted. We're always grateful that you believe in us to bring you up to date with the news. On behalf of everybody, and I mean everybody, because there's an entire team led by Jeremy and Jay Momanyi that makes things happen behind the scenes so that all this comes to your living room every night. I do want to thank you so much for watching. Do have yourselves a lovely night. My name is Brian Amuai. Our sign language interpreter tonight has been Philista Adundo. Good night and God bless you.